Hey guys, welcome back. So today was not meant to be a filming day. I had a full day of work. I have so many things to do this evening, but we got plant mail. I honestly thought this package was going to be arriving next week, but it's here. And so we must unbox. I'm not showing you the box yet because that's kind of like part of the overall loveliness of this package. Yeah, I don't think this video is going to be very long. I'm going to unbox this, and I don't know if I'm going to repot it. I don't know what the situation is going to be like in here, but I'm so excited to receive this box this past week. And to be honest, like the past 2 weeks have been pretty rough for me. I'm not going to go into details, but it's been a period of like grieving, and so I honestly am so glad it's here because I really could use a distraction, and I just could use like something else, just a change in gear. This box we're about to get into is courtesy of Anthurium Story, or Jorge if you're on Anthurium Addicts. If you're in the Anthurium community, you probably have seen his packaging and his branding. It is so freaking sleek. Like, look at this box. It's so clean and so nice. Like, this is the nice side. This is the side that UPS kind of went to town on a little bit, but I'm glad they left this side pretty unscathed, and this is what I was so excited to receive. I just love good packaging. I met Jorge actually in Miami when we were both at IAS. He was like, hey, I know you, and then like we got to talking a little bit, and then we started chatting on Instagram, and he asked if we wanted to do a trade. So my part of the trade hasn't even shipped out yet. It's shipping out next week, and his part of the trade is now already here. I'll tell you kind of more details about the trade, but I just really want to get into this box because I'm super excited. I never know how to set up the camera for an unboxing. I feel like I've been getting so much plant mail this past month. It's not even funny, and I need to sell so many plants next week, or no, yeah, next week. We're having a live sale. Actually, I've gotten rid of a good amount of plants, and I've cut a lot of plants back, but yeah, we need to make room. So, okay, you guys, even his bubble wrap is black. Man, oh. So this was shipped out of California, and it's not cold there yet, but it is kind of cold here in Vancouver. I think we're getting close to heat pack weather, but we're not there yet. So everything is like kind of insulated. So there's bubble wrap, and then there's the insulated. Oh my goodness. We already know what it is. There's a really cute little note here. It says, thank you so much, Alice, for doing what you do for the plant community and the Anthurium community. It was a pleasure meeting you, and I look forward to next year IAS. From Jorge. Okay, so the tag has already given it away, but you guys, these tags are, his freaking masking tape is black too. His tags are the best. Like, they're 3D printed. I don't know if he like does this himself, but it's freaking amazing. Look at that. This is like next level plant tags that I wish I had the ability to do. Okay. Oh my gosh, there's more. Oh, there's a keychain. This is so cute. And a sticker. You guys, I love stickers so much. Well, that's just freaking lovely. Okay, let's open this up. So I already have seen a photo of this plant. So this is not like a surprise thing. Like I said, it was a trade. So he had messaged me and said that like he had watched one of my videos where I was talking about my freaking BVEP. I had taken 2 props of my BVEP, like my preferred BVEP. I have 2, and one of them is just darker, and it's from Paul, and the props were getting burned to shite in my prop, like my dome. I'll show you what it looked like. I'm sorry if you're waiting for the reveal, but I just wanted to show you why he sent me this. This is what my BVEP looked like, and I called it a Hoya Tequila Sunrise because that's what it looks like. I moved it out of the dome since then. It's in my tent in a more shady area, and it has since then pushed out a leaf, but you know, it's not even grown out. I don't know if it's gonna be any better than this. I just struggle with this BVEP a little bit. The mother plant is doing okay, but he was like, I have a BVEP that I can like send you, and maybe it'll be easier. I kind of like want to keep this little tube intact because I could use it to ship plants. It's in like a little dome I'm trying to push out. You know, or alternatively, I could just cut this open. You know what? But I think we're too far in. I think I just need to like squeeze it out like toothpaste. Because I'm so determined to reuse this insulation. She's crowning. She's crowning. Okay, we're out. I mean, you guys saw how much effort it took for me to like squeeze that pot out. So that was really, really super secure. And it's in a little, one of those like pots that come with a little dome. It has little air holes on top. Oh, it's so pretty. Wait, okay, so I'm just gonna pull this polyfill out. I need to remember which BVEP it was. Okay, so it was a BVEP round, which is, I believe, Grant's BVEP crossed with RA1F2. It's planted in like a tree fern barky mix, but here it is. It's super cute. I mean, looking very, very healthy compared to my Hoya Tequila Sunrise. I'm really excited for like the BVEP veins, like that star shape to come through. I'm not a BVEP expert, but I've heard that young BVEPs can show like quite narrow, elongated, kind of slender leaves, and over time it gets really wide. So it's going to be a little while before I see the true shape. Because if I look at my BVEP, it was like pretty heart-shaped, and then it like threw out a couple leaves that are like quite elongated. Like they were like much longer than they were wide. But then like the leaves are only about like this big right now, so I don't know like what it's going to end up looking like. So I think a lot of people get BVEP babies and they're like super excited that it's like elongated, but they can also expect that over time it's gonna get like really round and wide. It's possible. I'm not saying for sure, but it's possible. Now I have 3 BVEPs and that's so exciting. I'm honestly so excited to have another BVEP. I just find them like so insanely beautiful, but I don't have like my conditions dialed in for them, it seems. I mean, I would say they're one of my more difficult Anthurium in that I can't get them to hold on to pristine leaves for a very long time, and I'm having a hard time getting it to size up like leaf by leaf and just get more like robust using the same methods that I do for most of my Anthurium, which is like pot in the certain substrate, upsize the pot whenever needed, feed with every watering, and keep it in the same conditions as like my other Anthurium that I find like the conditions I give it are really good. Not only is it hard to get it to hold on to a pristine leaf without like a orangey halo around the edge, but I also have a hard time getting it to be really dark, and I have a hard time getting it to size up leaf after leaf after leaf. They're all kind of staying the same size, so I'm really excited to have a different one with a different breeding line to try with. And this one is sizing up with each leaf, so we will see. This is the newest leaf that's still soft. This is the last hardened leaf, and that's the leaf before it, which it is sizing up. And now I'm gonna put in this beautiful tag. I want to just collect these tags. They're so freaking cute. And it's not like a sticker or something over top of a tag that can like peel off over time in high humidity and warmth. It's gonna stay there forever. I'm gonna see if this still fits. Kind of. So this little trade, oh my gosh, why is this dome not going back on? Is it because of I think it's because of the tag that's kind of like pushing it upwards. Whatever, it'll just be like that. Oh, okay, you won't have a dome. So this trade is also kind of like an opportunity for him to figure out how to ship to Canada, because currently he's not selling to Canada, but he wanted to test it out because he's had some interest from Canadian buyers. And so I'm glad this made it through without any issues. I'm glad to be a guinea pig, to be honest. And the plant that I'm sending him is a red crystal port. So I have 2 red crystal ports, both from Amanda. They're 2 different specimens within the same seed batch. He just really likes portiers, and he specifically wanted a red crystal port or a Carla port. And I have a Carla port, but it's literally a seedling that I just got from the homebody, so I couldn't cut that. So he chose one of the red crystal ports, and I gave him the top cutting of it. Well, it's with Jing now. Jing's gonna do the phyto and send it to him next week. Thank you, by the way, Jing. I was gonna do it myself, but then with everything that was happening this week, she took pity on me, and she was like, I'll just do it for you. So yeah, I'm gonna link Jorge's website and his Instagram in the description. I'm gonna look at it right now to see what is for sale. Okay, so another thing that he has a lot of is red vein dark phoenix. I remember when we were at IAS, Thai Exotic Greenery was a vendor at IAS, and I was like, I think I was talking to him about like considering buying one of the red vein dark phoenix, and they were $400 US, if I remember correctly. And from where we were standing, we could literally see the shelf that they were on, and like the red vein dark phoenix were at the top of the shelf, so we could see above the people. We could see that there's one left, and it was the second day of IAS, and he was like, he'll probably take 300 for it. So like we were talking, and I was like, well, are you gonna get it, or like how many do you have? Do you have it? And he's like, yeah, I have 12. So he is like Red Vein Dark Phoenix dealer. So if you're looking for one, he might be the one to buy from, because he has different ones. He has like, he showed me his like select one that's like really round and really dark. And there's like ones that look like what you expect when you think of Red Vein Dark Phoenix. There's lots of BVEP seedlings, and there's Indoport Best. I think he's probably going to be restocking at some point in the future. So Jorge is also a huge fan of mycorrhizal fungi. If you're in the Anthurium Addicts group, you might have seen this post, but he uses myco in his growing regimen, and he's like really going in deep with like the mycology and the study of it. So there have been some people arguing that there's not a lot of evidence that mycorrhizal fungi form a relationship with Anthurium specifically. So he was able to identify 4 strains, I believe, of mycorrhizal fungi that are native to Panama. And he was able to get a small sample of it up to California, and he chose some like people and growers who are able to apply it to very uniform sized seedlings and do some testing with and without it. He said it was very expensive, it was really hard to get, but this is his way of testing whether mycorrhizal fungi do form bonds with Anthurium roots. Personally, I don't have that level of expertise or ability to scientifically study it. All I can say is I've seen visibly mycorrhizal fungi in my soil. I have photographed it before. It must be connected to something in my mind. Like an Anthurium is planted in soil, and I can see the hyphae from the mycorrhizal fungi. So basically that's as far as I got. But Jorge is actually going into like obtaining mycorrhizal fungi strains from Panama, where a lot of Anthurium are native to, and then getting different growers to test it. I think so far there's like maybe 5, 6, maybe up to 10 people who are testing it. So taking a sample group like this and like separating it out, planting them in like the same kind of substrate, inoculating some, not inoculating some, and seeing what happens. I'm sure it's more complicated than that, but they're in the process of conducting some experiments. So if you're not into Anthurium, but you're into myco, that is definitely a reason to follow Jorge on Instagram, because I hope will be posting updates on Instagram. But if you're not in the Anthurium Addicts group, go in there. I don't know why I'm trying to put this dome lid back on, because the tag's gonna keep popping it off. I'm literally just rambling because I know this video has been extremely short. I could repot this just for heck of it, but I don't even think it needs repot. Like, it's in a great size pot for this size of a plant. So I guess I'm not gonna repot, and it's just gonna be a short video, which, to be honest, it's not the worst thing to have a short video right now, for me at least. It is honestly so nice to be able to trade and send plants back and forth from the US. I'm honestly the kind of person where if there's any like legality involved with like phyto and like permits and stuff, I can't. It's too overwhelming. It's very intimidating. But the more I've observed like Jing doing it and like sending our plants to the US from our live sales, it's not that difficult. So I'm honestly looking forward to sending more plants to the US, doing more trades and stuff like that. Anthurium are honestly so fun for that, because I don't super fixate on lineage. Lineage is important to me, but I don't fixate on lineage only. Like, I do collect plants for what they look like for the most part, but because lineage is so important to people, people are keeping track of like who bred what and where things came from. So I find it really nice to have a little bit of a story and feel a bit of a connection to a certain person like 6 people removed. I just really like that about Anthurium. But anyway, thank you, Jorge, so much for this. I am going to probably I'm gonna attempt later off camera one more time to get this dome back on. I'll probably just have to have the tag outside of the pot, but I'm gonna leave it there for a little bit, as I usually do. I quarantine this for 2 weeks, and then I'll introduce it to my tent, because I've made some room now. And thank you guys for watching this very, very, very short and impromptu unboxing. I would honestly be surprised if anyone got any plant chores done during this, but hopefully I kept you company while you had your lunch break. I hope you guys have been having a lovely day so far. I love you so much, and I'll see you in the next one. Mwah!